So I'm going to be doing a reaction vlog here, watching other YouTube videos where the vloggers are reading out stories. So I've been watching lately these other YouTube channels where they specifically talk about men, Western men from UK, Australia, US, Canada, wherever, Western men go into Asian countries and basically getting or describing and claiming that they got cheated by the girls in these countries in Asia. So this one is titled "I Married a 26-year-old Filipina at 62. Bringing her back to America was my biggest mistake." So I've got to warn, first of all, number one, this is going to be just as is, and on the go. How'd you say? All in real time, meaning that there is no editing. There's going to be no cuts in this video vlog that I'm doing, simply because I just bought this laptop recently and I haven't set up any editing software or anything like that at this stage. So this is going to be, so whatever you see, whatever I do is going to be what you see. So if I'm drinking tea, or I'm going to the toilet, or I belch, or I burp, or I fart, or anything like that, it's going to be on here, unfortunately. Okay, you're just either going to have to put up with it or just click off, right? And the other thing about clicking off is that if you get offended by because for sure I'm going to be critiquing this vlog, and it's going to be my reaction, and my reaction is going to basically be it's going to be quite critical, and well, I expect it to be critical. And if that's the case, I'm going to be swearing, I'm going to be cursing, and if you get offended by strong language, I recommend this is really aimed at for adults to watch, quite frankly. But whoever you are, whoever's watching, just realize that I'm going to be probably quite critical about this, and I will be swearing, and I will be cursing as well. There's no question of that. So obviously click off if this type of vlog is not for you. Okay, so let's just crack on, shall we? I married a 26-year-old Filipina at the age of 62, meaning that he's 62 and he married a girl from the Philippines at the age who's 26 years old, and he brought her back to America.
There's a moment from September 2023 that never really left me. I was standing about 50 feet away in a park, watching my 26-year-old wife sitting on a bench with another man, her head on his shoulder, laughing like they'd known each other forever. This is what broke me. They'd only met 4 months earlier. I'd been married to her for over a year, and she had never looked that comfortable with me. Not once. My name is Larry. I'm 64, and this is how I lost over $156,000, my dignity, in 2 years of my life. But let me be clear, she wasn't a scammer. She didn't steal my credit cards. This isn't a story about a crime. This is about what actually happens when a 62-year-old man builds a life around someone who's 26 and realizes too late that love doesn't cancel biology, time, or different futures. I paid for the clothes on her back, her visa, and eventually even the suitcases she used to leave me. If you think your situation is different, or that age is just a number, you need to watch this. So let me take you back to where this whole thing started. April 2021. I'd been retired for about 8 months. I was a mechanical engineer, worked for the same company in Minneapolis
I don't
for
want
34 years.
to listen to your life story, mate.
That's it. And I'm sitting in this house every day, file photos that look like Instagram were empty.
Experience the second skin for your feet with handcrafted leather sandals from Kobe, Japan by the Suzuki couple.
or just generic stuff about loving to travel and have fun. Hers was different. She talked about
Right,
being
so
the
he's
eldest
obviously
of three,
some kind of
helping
dating
take care of her
site or an
parents
app or
and younger
whatever on his
brothers.
phone, and
Family
he's
being
looking for
everything to her. Going to
he's
church,
looking for
watching old movies,
girls in the
especially
Philippines.
classics from the
I mean,
80s
hold
and
on.
90s, old movies
Sorry
from
about
the
that. I
80s
forwarded
and
it a
Movie
bit
Center.
too
But
fast
what
there,
got me was her
or too
proposal.
far.
Then the app showed me this recommended for you section, and there she was. Her name is Angelica.
Right, okay, so straight off the bat, okay, he's going on a dating site specifically for Asian girls in Asia, because there's no way it's going to come up on the algorithm recommended for you, unless obviously that's what you're going for, and that's what you typed in your preference section, when you're doing your profile or whatever it is, your settings, okay, on your settings. When you're doing your profile on the dating site, clearly he's put, instead of going like 2 miles out, who would you like to date, people in your area, people in another state, how near or how far would you like to, you want to find, do your searches, when you're looking for people, right? And clearly he's la 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 la. Clearly he's stated that he's been specific about, whether it's the Philippines or whatever. He hasn't, obviously, he's just like blamed it on the algorithm, hasn't he? But come on, we know that he's searching for people in those parts of Asia. All right, so he's actually looking for it. All right, he's looking for some young, because it's going to be the ages are there as well. I mean, he's you have to put your preferences and age range as well for the searches that you want to do for what partner you're searching for, right? So the age range as well, he's going to be, there's going to be an age range there. So he's looking for some young, poverty-stricken, female from those parts of Asia. That's what he's gunning for. He knows it. I know it. We all know it. Yeah. So yeah, let's go. Let's keep going.
Her profile picture wasn't glamorous or posed. She was at what looked like a birthday party. Simple yellow dress, laughing at something off camera. It felt real, not staged. I clicked on her profile. She was 26, from Talisay City, just outside Cebu. Worked as a customer service rep at a call center. But what got me was her bio section. Most profiles I'd seen were empty, or just generic stuff about love.
Yeah, what really got to him was the profile section and what was written in that. I mean, not that, because she's this young, and to him at least anyway, pretty girl. I mean, I'm sure if if it was some sort of like overweight 50-year-old, I don't think. Oh God, I'm getting a phone call. See what I mean? This, yeah. No, this I already started this. I have to call them back, right? Whoever it is. So, where was I? Yeah, I mean, that's what got to him, the profile, right? He's from the very beginning of his story. He's not honest to anyone he's telling. He's not really being honest to the people he's telling his story to. Neither is he being on either that, or he's just not honest with himself, right? So, you're gonna get what you deserve, right?
Travel and have fun. Hers was different. She talked about being the eldest of three, helping take care of her parents and younger brothers. Family being everything to her. Going to church, watching old movies, especially classics from the 80s and 90s. Old movies from the 80s and 90s. That was my era. The movies I grew up with. And she wrote something about how love isn't about grand gestures, but about showing up every day. That hit me hard. That's what Linda and I had.
That hit
We
him
showed up
hard,
for
huh?
each other
That hit him
every
hard.
single day for 32 years.
Like I
I
say,
spent
it's
maybe
nothing
20
about
minutes writing my first
being a
message, kept
young
deleting
fit
it
piece
and
of
starting
snatch, is
over.
it? It's all
Finally said
about
something about seeing she loved
it's
all
all
movies
about the
from the
things
80s
she
and
said
90s.
and the
Asked her
things that she
favourite.
believes in,
Said I
right?
appreciated what she wrote about love,
Which are words
being about
anyway,
showing
right?
up
Which are
every
just
day.
words, but
And
yeah, that's what it's all
saw it
about, the
was delivered.
sentiments, right?
And
It's
then
not
nothing.
about anything
Day
else,
one,
is it? It's
nothing.
not
Day
about a
two, I
young
checked the
snatch,
app
is
maybe
it?
15
Really?
times. Still nothing. Started thinking I was an idiot. Of course she wasn't interested. Day three, I almost deleted the app. Day four, I was making dinner when my phone.
Yeah, so because he was chatting with someone and then didn't get a response immediately like he was expecting and waiting and waited with bated breath and all of that stuff, right? And then he wants to delete the app because of that, yeah, because he felt rejected, and now it's just like, yeah, I've fallen over, I don't want to get back up again type attitude. He's a fucking loser, isn't he? He's I can't say anything more to that, right?
Message from Angelica.
So he gets the
My hands
message
were
now.
actually shaking when I opened it.
It was probably
She
like,
apologized for the
I
rape.
don't know, I'm not interested in putting it, like rewinding it back again, but it's probably, it wasn't a case of days or weeks, or it was probably like 3 hours or something. He's been waiting there, you know what I mean? He's like, he can't wait, do you know what I mean? He just can't wait, can he? It's just like, that's really hit him hard, talking about like films and fucking whatever, right? Just really fucking, it's like simple fucking futile shit, right? So let me just play this. Let's try and move on as fast as possible. It wasn't my intention to do this, but I'm sorry, but this is my reaction. All right. So if you want to see my reaction, then that's, I'll be as concise as I can. I'll get to the point as best as I can, right? But this guy is already a fucking idiot.
Reply. Said she gets buried in messages from guys on the app, and most of them are just saying, "Hey, beautiful," or asking for photos right away. Said she almost missed my message. I wrote back immediately. We talked for about 2 hours that night about movies, life, family. It felt easy, natural, like talking to someone I'd known for years. Over the next 3 months, we talked every day. Video calls, messages, pictures. She was just present, interested in my life, remembered details. If I mentioned a doctor's appointment, she'd follow up. Around this time, I told my daughter Amy about her during one of our weekly calls. Mentioned I'd been talking to someone online, someone from the Philippines. There was this long pause. When I said Angelica was 26, the silence got louder. Amy pointed out that's younger than her. She's 28. Said Angelica could literally be my granddaughter. Asked if Angelica knew how old I was. I remember I got a little defensive. Amy told me to be careful. Said her friend knew someone who got scammed on those sites, lost like $30,000. Made me promise not to send money. That's when things go bad, she said. I promised. And I meant it when I said it. But the thing...
He meant it when he promised his daughter that he's not going to be taken for that ride. The daughter says, I heard about this guy who got fleeced for $30,000 from someone in the Philippines or whatever, something similar scenario to this. And he's saying, so clearly, he's made a big mistake. He's got taken for, the money that he did, 6 figures. And, he's promised that, his daughter, that don't worry, I promise I'm not going to get taken for that. So, I don't know what happened there, but, it's like, I don't know, fucking 5 times more than this bloke, this other bloke that his daughter was heard about. Do you know what I mean?
Thing is, by that point, I was already serious about Angelica. For the first time in 3 years, I felt alive again. Someone wanted to hear about my day. Someone laughed at my jokes. Someone made me feel like I mattered. 4 months in, I told Angelica I wanted to visit her in the Philippines. She explained that in Filipino culture, when a young woman dates a much older foreigner, people make assumptions. That she's after money, that she's the kind of girl who, you know, she said her family was very traditional, and if I just showed up, they'd judge her harshly. She suggested video calls with her parents first. Let them get to know me before I visited. Over the next few weeks, I had these awkward video calls with her parents. Her father Romeo was quiet, watching me carefully. Her mother Gloria was friendlier, but I could tell she was sizing me up. Her father asked about my retirement, my intentions. Angelica translated back and forth. He wanted to know if I was serious about his
Mate, their daughter is
I told him
26
I
years
was,
old and you're
absolutely.
fucking
It was a long exchange.
62. And
father and
26,
daughter.
put that
Through
the other way
Angelica
around,
translating, he said
62.
I seemed like a good man,
And
but worried
you
about
think
being
it's
dead.
strange that
When
they're
he's gone
talking to
someday,
you on
she'll
video
still be
chat
young,
and they're
I'll
not
be,
sort
well,
of like
old,
behaving
maybe
or
even gone.
communicating with
I
you
understood
in the
his
way that
concern,
you
but I
expect.
didn't want to think about that. 2 months after that, we're like at the 6-month mark now. We were already talking about marriage. I'd never been so sure about anything.
Hold
But before I
on.
could actually visit
How
the
long have they
Philippines,
known it? Well, they
something
haven't
happened
even
that
fucking
changed
met at the
everything.
moment and he's talking about
Angelica's
marriage.
brother
What,
Joshua
after a
got
few
in a
weeks of video
motorcycle accident.
chats?
Broken collarbone, road rash,
Okay, hold on.
hospitalized. She called in tears, not asking. I understood his concern, but I didn't want to think about that. 2 months after that, we're like at the 6-month mark now. We were already talking about marriage. I'd never been so sure about
6
anything.
months, Mark,
But
and he's
before I
talking
could
about
actually
marriage.
visit the Philippines, something happened that changed everything. Angelica's brother Joshua got in a motorcycle accident. Broken collarbone, road rash, hospitalized. She called in tears, not asking for help, just scared. Her baby brother was hurt. The hospital bill was climbing to 42,000 pesos, almost $800. Her parents were trying to figure out payment. Her father was talking about selling his jeepney. I didn't think. Told her I'd cover it. Sent $850 for the bill, plus recovery costs, physical.
So she's like, she's calling him so that he can pay the hospital bill. And he doesn't even need to think about it. He said it. He didn't even blink an eyelid there, and he just paid the bill, right? So already they haven't met or anything like that. Well, blah blah blah. You know the rest, right?
Therapy, medications, whatever he needed.
Oh, fucking hell,
She sent me
right,
a
yeah.
to it to be special.
Special.
If you do 100 lateral pull downs daily, your arm won't carry extra flap. If you do
Fucking
100 high
batteries
pulls
running down
daily,
already.
When I landed at the airport and saw her waiting with her family, her parents, her 2 brothers, her aunt, I almost broke down right there. She was more beautiful in person, smaller than I expected, barely came up to my shoulder, but beautiful. Her father shook my hand, firm grip, looked me right in the eye, told me through Angelica, translating that I needed to take care of his daughter, that he knew it was fast, that people would say we were crazy, but I'd never been more sure about anything, knew the truth. They didn't approve, thought I was making a mistake. After the wedding, we started the visa process to bring Angelica to the States. The whole thing, immigration lawyer, filing fees, medical exams, documents, cost around $8,700.
Filing fees, medical
They told
exams.
us it would take
It's only one
12
medical
to
exam
18
for
months
your visa.
approval.
Like,
I flew back to
medical
Minneapolis.
exams.
We'd do long distance until her visa came
Fucking
through.
hell.
That's when the real expenses started. I started sending Angelica $800 every month.
And of
Not
course,
because she directly asked for it, but she'd mentioned things.
of course, now the excuse is because she's your wife. It's not you're sending some girl that is,
The roof leaking when it rained.
2.5 times whatever,
She was my wife
less
now. Her
half
family
your
was
age
my
or
family,
whatever.
right?
A lot
Then
younger
in
than
March
you.
2022, about
Sending
4
her
months
money,
after the
which
wedding,
is what you're
things
doing. You're
escalated.
still sending a
Angelica's
girl
father
in the
driving his
Philippines
jeepney.
money, right? Just that now you can, you got that buffer of saying, oh, because she's my wife. You don't even have to be ashamed of anything now, do you, at this stage?
Heart attack.
Because she's your
Mild
wife. You're
one,
just
thank
sending
God,
money to your
but
wife.
scary as hell. They took him to Cebu South Medical Center. When she called me, she
Has
was
someone
barely
else been
coherent,
injured now?
sobbing, hyperventilating. Told me her father was in the hospital. They
Oh,
were
yeah,
saying,
sure.
but I wasn't negotiating. It was her father's heart. I sent $2,500 to cover everything. Angelica felt obligated, but I didn't care. My wife was finally coming to America. We could start our actual
Coming
life.
to America.
Angelica
Yeah,
arrived at
was Eddie
Minneapolis
Murphy present at
St.
the
Paul
time as well?
Airport on March 8th, 2023. I was there with flowers, a big welcome sign, the whole thing. When she walked through those arrival doors, my heart actually stopped. She ran to me, hugged me tight, whispered that she was finally here, finally home. I'd redecorated the house, new curtains, new bedding, bought Filipino groceries, have a driver's license. She'd watch Filipino shows on her laptop, video call her family for hours. I'd come home and ask how her day was. She'd say fine. I'd ask what she did. She'd say nothing, just stayed home. I tried to get her.
Would you want her to say?
Took her to the Elks Lodge.
Would you want her to say?
Was nice, but she was 26 and everyone there was 55.
What did you get up to all
She
day?
had nothing
Like,
in common with them.
it's almost like a fucking rhetorical question, that, isn't it? You go off to work, you brought her over from another country where she's had to give up everything, and you know she's there staying in your house. She's got no friends. She's got nothing. She's only there because of you, and you're going to work. It's like you're fucking rubbing it in, isn't it? You come indoors, you know, after taking her away from all her friends and family and her work, her job, just everything, her life, and then you bring her here for your own selfish needs, and then you come back from your daily routine and your life, and then you come back home and you say, hey, like, what'd you get up today? Like, fucking, that to me sounds like a fucking dig, if you ask me, if anything.
People her age, she got defensive, said her English was fine, she didn't need classes, accused me of thinking she was stupid, of thinking she was uneducated because she was Filipina. We'd have these circular arguments that went nowhere. I'd end up apologizing
That's worth, innit?
even though I didn't know what I'd done wrong. In May, about 3 months after she arrived, Angelica told me she wanted to find the Filipino community in the Twin Cities.
It's a good idea.
She was lonely, missed speaking Tagalog,
Yeah.
eating Filipino food,
It's fair.
being around people who understood her culture.
Absolutely.
I encouraged it, thought it would be good for her, told her to absolutely do it. I wanted her to be happy.
Yeah,
She
you want
found
her
this
to be
Filipino
happy.
Catholic
Yeah,
church in St. Paul,
good.
Guadalupe Church, about 25 minutes from our house. The first Sunday she went,
25
I drove
minutes
her there and
walk or
waited in the
25
parking
minutes
lot
by
during
car?
Mass.
What do you
When it
mean,
ended,
25
she came out
minutes?
smiling.
What does that
Actually
mean?
smiling for the first time in weeks. She said it was wonderful, that there was a whole community there. Families, young people. They'd invited her to a potluck the next week. I told her that was great, that I was happy for her. She suggested I come with her the following Sunday.
How bizarre, how bizarre. Ooh, baby,
If you live in England,
you're driving me crazy.
50 and 80, there's a chance.
So I did. And look, I'm going to be honest here. I felt completely out of place. Everyone was Filipino. Everyone was speaking Tagalog.
Hold on. You go all the way to the Philippines and you take a girl, a 26-year-old, you take her out of her life. You take her out of her life. You take her out of her country. And then now she finds a community in somewhere where it's totally alien to her. She's never been in the States before. She's never been in America. And finally, she finds a community which is her community, Filipino community. And she's inviting you along as the husband. So you feel out of place. You felt out of place. Fucking cock, mate.
People were nice to me, polite, but I could tell they were all wondering what this old white guy was doing there. After Mass, we went to this potluck in the church hall. Maybe 60 people there. Angelica was in her element, laughing, talking, switching between English and Tagalog mid-sentence. And that's when I first saw him. Marco, he was maybe
Marco
28,
Polo.
29. Tall for a Filipino guy, maybe 5 feet 10 inches. Good looking.
Okay, so you say 5 foot 10 inches tall for a Filipino guy. Okay, so first of all, you can't be 5 foot 10 yourself, right? Because if you're 6 foot 2, you ain't gonna say someone's tall. You're never gonna, anyone that's not as tall as you're not gonna describe them as tall. Anyone that is, shorter than you. And in any case, right, I can tell you now, there are 6'4" Filipino blokes out there. There is there are plenty of, let's say tall, right? Well, you know, you say tall, that doesn't mean anything. 6 footers, 6'2", 6'3" Filipino guys out there. Enough, plenty. It's not even sort of like, yeah, you do get guys that are over 6 foot. No, there's plenty. Just as to me, in Manila, just as many as I see tall white fellas. Okay, so when you say 5'10" tall for a Filipino guy, this geezer knows nothing and has only been in the Philippines for like, I don't know, 2 weeks, and he's seen what he's seen, and he thinks he knows it all. He thinks he knows everything about Philippines and Filipinos. He's a fucking idiot.
He was a nurse at Abbott Northwestern Hospital. Been in the US for 4 years. He introduced himself to me, shook my hand, said congratulations on the marriage that Angelica had told him about me. I thanked him. But then I watched him and Angelica talk, and I noticed something. The way they talked was so easy, natural. They'd switch between English and Tagalog mid-sentence. They'd laugh at jokes I didn't understand. Cultural references.
Well, if they're speaking in Tagalog, you're not gonna fucking understand. It's not because you don't understand the jokes, you just don't understand the language, full stop.
Then I'd seen her in months. I asked if she had fun. She said yes. It felt so good to be around her people. She said Marco was really nice.
That's what you wanted, isn't it?
He knew people at the hospital.
That's what you wanted, isn't it? To make friends and have fun?
I wanted her to have friends. I wanted her to be happy. But there was this tightness in my chest.
Tightness in your chest.
Over the next few weeks, Angelica went to that church every Sunday. Then she started going to weekday events, Bible study on Wednesdays, community dinners on Fridays, Filipino Independence Day celebration. She was gone 3 to 4 times a week, and Marco was always there. She'd come home and tell me about the day. Marco helped her practice.
Should Marco stop going to
Marco and her went to the
his community events and, you know, do what he enjoys, because you as a husband of someone else that goes there, you know, gets tightness in his chest because you're there, like, no.
Smiling at the screen. I asked who she was talking to. She jumped, startled, said she was messaging Marco. He'd sent her a funny video, said it was his break at the hospital. He works night shift. Said it was 2 a.m. She said it like it was the most normal thing in the world. Then asked if I thought that was inappropriate. I said I don't know, maybe. Her face went
right, okay.
Accused me of not wanting.
Right, okay. Clearly, this cunt has never worked shifts in his life, because when you work, you know, shifts, whether it's 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. or whatever, that is you are working, right? If you know anything about working nights, it's fucking boring, okay? So, you know, he wants a message and talk with his mates or whatever on there, whatever he can do to pass the time. This, at this stage, is innocent. It's innocent. As far as he's saying it and describing it, it's innocent. Yeah, there might be things brewing or whatever, and this, that, and the other. Yeah. But it is fucking normal if you've worked shifts before. Okay, like, he's clearly never worked shifts in his life. This fucking dude.
Her to have friends. Said I wanted her to sit in the house all day waiting for me, being my little Filipino wife who doesn't talk to anyone else. I tried to say that's not what I meant, but she cut me off. Said she was going to bed. She walked past me to the bedroom and closed the door. Not slammed, just closed. That was almost worse. I stood there in the living room alone at 2 a.m., wondering how I'd become the bad guy for being uncomfortable with my wife texting another man in the middle of the night. The next morning, she apologized, said she'd overreacted. I apologized too, said I trusted her, that I was just being insecure. But the truth is, I didn't trust her. Or maybe I didn't trust him. Or maybe I didn't trust that she'd choose me. Because every time I saw them together, time I heard
maybe I didn't trust her, maybe I didn't trust him, maybe I didn't trust my dad.
Youth, energy,
fucking hell, this cunt is all over the place, mate. Mate, just calm down, will you? Calm down and see things the way that they are.
At some point, while all this is going on and Marco being in between us, I did something.
Marco is not in between.
I checked her phone. She was in the shower. Her phone was on the kitchen counter. I knew her passcode. She'd never hidden it from me. I opened her messages with Marco. There were hundreds of
Oh no, before we go on here about talking about this, because this is where I tend to see if they're authentic or not, the stories. And let's be realistic here, two Filipinos messaging each other, it's going to be in Filipino, it's going to be Tagalog. And any messages that you find is not going to be in English. So, well, okay, let's see what he says about this.
thousands. Good morning messages. How was your shift messages? Thinking about Sunday messages. Larry doesn't understand this stuff messages. Different generation, I guess, messages. Nothing explicitly romantic. No I love yous. No planning to run away together.
What if I showed you how to reset your blood sugar to under 110 in just 7 seconds?
But the intimacy was there, the emotional connection. There were voice messages too. I played one. Marco speaking in Tagalog. I don't speak Tagalog, but I could hear the warmth in his voice, the familiarity. Then Angelica's response. She was laughing, sounding happy in a way she never sounded with me. I heard the shower turn off. Quickly closed the messages, put the phone back exactly.
Yeah, already you're being sneaky. You're sneaking around already. If you feel that there are trust issues, you need to take it up with her directly. Yeah, that's what a relationship is all about. You don't go sneaking around people's backs and checking their phones and fucking secretly checking their messages and shit like that. No, all right, that other person may well be up to no good, but that's not how you handle things. Okay, you need to settle it with her directly, not fucking go behind her back and check her phone without her knowing.
Go with her. But the morning of the festival, I woke up with a migraine. Bad one. Couldn't even open my eyes without the room spinning. I told her I was sorry, but I didn't think
Funny, you get painkillers for things like that,
go.
apparently.
She asked if I was sure, said she could stay home and take care of me. I told her no, she'd been looking forward to this. Go, have fun. She hesitated, then kissed my forehead.
Right, okay,
Said,
so,
okay, feel
right,
better. She'd be
at this stage, yeah, she's actually, saying, look, I don't have to go anywhere today. I can just be here, take care of you if you need me. If not, I'll be here. I'll just be here. She's giving him that choice. He's told her, he's insisting, no, you crack on. You go out to your festival, whatever. I'll be all right by myself. So you've chosen that. She's given you that choice, okay? And so you don't want it. You don't want it. You've given her you haven't just given her the option of going off and all of that. You've actually encouraged her. You said, no, you crack on. You go. You've been looking forward to this all this time. You go, right?
Be back by 5. She left around noon. By 3 p.m., my migraine had subsided enough that I could function. Took some Excedrin, drank some water. At 4:30, I decided to drive to Como Park. Surprise her. Maybe we could grab dinner after. The festival was winding down when I got there. I parked and walked through the crowd looking for her. And then I saw them. They were by the lake, sitting on a bench. Her head was on his shoulder. His arm was around her. Not holding her, just there. Draped across the back of the bench. But close, too close. They were talking, laughing. She looked so comfortable, so natural. I stood there maybe 50 feet away just watching. They didn't see me. Then Marco said something and Angelica laughed. That real laugh. The one that lights up her whole face. And she playfully shoved his shoulder. He shoved her back gently. And in that moment, I saw the truth. She was falling in love with him. Or maybe she already had. I turned around and walked back to my car, drove home. Sat in my driveway for 20 minutes trying to figure out what to do. She came home at 5:15 smiling, carrying a bag of food from the festival. Asked how I was feeling. I said better. She said good. That she brought me some food from the festival.
Let's just quickly look at the comments here. You probably got people going, yeah, she scammed you. She knew what she was doing. She in block capitals. She knew exactly what she was doing. Her and her family took advantage of it all. I know someone who went through this. Scammer. This, I'm crying. Do a role reversal. 26-year-old man which married a 60-year-old woman. There is no point in getting older if you right. Okay. She's. Hold on a minute. Right. So far, and this is being told by the geezer. Right. This guy. He's the one telling the story. It's actually we haven't heard her side of the story. I want to hear her side of the story. But moreover to that, this is actually coming from him. He's the one that actually is describing this, right? Whereby she's this is pure coincidence and an accident. In the way that she met another guy who she's falling for. Okay, you're the one who's encouraged her to meet people in her own community. Yeah, that could happen with literally everyone from anywhere in the world, any country, any culture, whatever. Right? Shit happens. Right? You're fucking dude. You're 60-year-old, and you're only going for her because of her looks and because you can't get anything similar in your own country. As simple as that. And you think by bringing her to America to live with you and for her to give up her whole life, and then suddenly she meets someone who actually where she's from, okay, they get on, they have everything in common in a foreign land. Think about that. They're in a foreign country, in a totally alien country, and everything all clicks together. The age range, they're similar age, virtually the same age as each other. They speak the same language. Hell, they're from the same. They're the same people. They're from the same people from the same country. I mean, dude, what the fuck do you expect? What the fuck do you expect, dude? Dude, man. But you know what? You only went for her because she's good looking. Do you know what I mean? You there's nothing about, oh yeah, she got on and all that and got on all like a house on fire and all that. No, you only made that work because you fucking fancy her physically. That's all it is. These two have got, there's probably something well, I'd say obviously there's something physical going on. After all, he is so tall, isn't he? 5'10", right? According to this fucking old dude, not even middle age. Fucking middle age is 40s and 50s, right? I mean, you're fucking elderly, right? And you think a 26-year-old bird in another country who speaks a different language is gonna be fucking, she'll try and get on with you, but at the end of the day, what comes naturally is gonna want to come naturally. She ain't gonna fucking hold back her feelings just because, you brought her and you spent all that money apparently to, bring her to America, because you're only doing that for your own fucking intentions. Do you know what I mean? Your own purposes, not for anyone else, for yourself. Yeah, and that it's backfired on you, and now it's like, you should in love with someone else.
It's fun. She said yes. So many people. The performances were beautiful. The food was amazing. I asked if Marco was there. Her smile flickered for just a
Mate, you knew Marco was there. Fucking front it up and be honest with her. Tell her what you saw. Tell her that your migraine subsided and then you decided to go and surprise her, and instead you saw them both sitting on a bench all fucking lovey-dovey and be honest. Be fucking honest with her. See, you're not fucking being honest, are you? You're trying to fucking skirt around things and put her to the test and test her out when you were the one in the first place who told her to fuck off to this festival while you're fucking too sick to go out. She gave you that choice. Do you want me to stay here with you? Right? And you didn't. You didn't want it. You didn't want it. You're fucking playing games here, aren't you, mate? You're fucking playing games. You're fucking 60 years, 62, 64, whatever you are. You're fucking elderly, and you're fucking playing games with a 26-year-old. She's fucking a lot more mature than you, mate.
Then asked why. I wanted to confront her. Wanted to tell her I'd seen them. But what
You
had I
wanted
actually
to.
seen?
Why didn't
Two
you?
friends sitting close? That's not cheating. That's not even technically inappropriate. I said no reason, just asking.
Right, so either you think it was inappropriate or you didn't. Because if you did, front her up about it. Fucking just be honest and talk to her about it, right? Front her up about it, right? If you think that, no, it's not beyond reasonable doubt, you know, like they weren't kissing, they weren't like he weren't fingering her or anything like that. I mean, come on, dude, man, you know, you saw what you saw and you know what it was all about, yeah. So you got to confront her about it. No good saying, well, the reason why I didn't do it and I skirted around it and I, you know, avoided fucking being honest with her was because, like, you know, it's circumstantial, isn't it? Circumstantial. Yeah, fucking cock, mate.
I could see it in her face. She knew that I knew something. That night we barely spoke.
I tell you
She
what,
went to bed early.
rather than
Stayed up
assuming
drinking
that she
bourbon.
knew that you knew, or however you want to fucking put it, how about just ask her? Ask her. Do like, you know, like I know, like I saw this and that and the other. Like, well, what's going on, dude? What's going on? Like, I'm calling this girl a dude. Like, dude, what's going on, right? What's happening?
Replaying that image in my head. Her head on his shoulder.
Oh, that will help.
His arm around her.
Yeah, that will
The
help
way she looked
replaying
at
the
me.
images in your
The next
head
morning I
and
told her we needed
overthinking
to
shit.
talk.
Do you know what I mean?
We sat at the kitchen table,
Yeah.
coffee between us. Same table where we'd had breakfast every morning for 6 months.
I tell you what, the battery's running down on my GoPro and it's probably going to cut out in the next few minutes, if that. So I mean, I think.
It's pretty simple. Yes or no. She started crying.
Hold on a minute.
That she cared about him a lot.
Hold on.
That he got her and with coffee between us. Same table where we'd had breakfast every morning for 6 months. I asked her if she was in love with Marco. Long silence. She started to say something, stopped, started again. Said it was complicated. I said, actually, it's pretty simple. Yes or no?
No.
She started crying.
It is. She's right. It's complicated. It is complicated, right? This fucking, you know, white fucking elderly dude brings back this young Filipina to his country, and then she meets this, you know, this handsome Filipino who has everything in common with her. It's complicated, like, and he's saying, like, oh, you know, it's not, it's either yes or no, you know, it's simple as that. It's as simple as that. I mean, you know, that just, it says it all, and it just shows that this geezer is all he's about is he's a fucking simpleton, because it's not a simple yes or no. She's right, he's wrong. It's complicated. It's not a simple yes or no.
Said she didn't know, that she cared about him a lot,
Mm.
that he got her in ways that he just understood things I didn't. I said because he's Filipino. She said no, because he's her age. Said it louder than she meant to. Explained that she's 20.
Well, no, it probably is, you know, it comes down to him being Filipino as well. But then there's everything around that. There's a knock-on effect to that, isn't there? Yes, it more than likely is because he's Filipino as well. But then because they speak the Filipino language, how about that? How about, you know, like they can actually communicate like properly and deeply between each other. Like, how about that? You know, that's quite important in a relationship, right? Communication, right?
Be around people, do things. I asked what she was saying. She said she thought she'd made a mistake. That we both did. Those words hit harder than I expected.
Yeah, right. No matter what it's hit you or made you tighten the chest and this, that, and the other bollocks, right? You know, she's completely right, and she's being honest. So, like, she's being fair. You know, like, I thought, you know, when I met you, when we were talking online and this, that, and the other, I thought I could make it work. But the fact is, you know, we tried it, and you know, honestly, shit happens. Shit fucking happens, isn't it? But he's just at this point he's not thinking with reason and logic. It's all about but that hit me hard. No, fucking just deal with whatever you're dealing with. But they don't fucking sit there. Oh, my emotions went this and that, and I felt this, and oh yeah, fucking cunt.
A mistake. She said that's not what she meant, but I cut her off. Asked her to be honest.
This has been nothing but honest with you.
Her face went hard. Said I wanted honesty? Fine. Yes, the visa mattered. Yes, financial stability mattered.
Of course, to anyone,
Did I know what it's like
to
watching
any
your father
girl,
work himself into a
especially
hard
from a
watching
poor
your mother
country,
ration her
a
medication?
developing
She
country.
saw a way to help them, and yes, she took it. But she also cared about me. She did. She wasn't a monster. I asked if she ever actually loved me. She looked away, said she wanted to, thought she could grow to love me the way I loved her. But I'm 63 and she's 26.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even in the same life stage, and pretending we are was killing her.
Mate,
We sat
do you know
there in
what,
silence
right?
for a
Rather than
while.
thinking, oh yeah, we have all these things, we talk so deeply, we talk about films from the 80s and the 90s and whatever fucking bollocks he was saying, right? That they were talking about initially the first couple of weeks of talking online and video chatting and all that shit, right? You know, how about like think a little bit further than that? Think outside rather than what's straight in front of you. Yeah, all these things it should have been apparent. You're fucking 62, 64 years old. All of this should have been at the forefront of your mind, whilst these little sentiments might, you know, make you happy and elated and excited, but at the same time you should be more fucking sensible, right?
Like hours. We tried counseling. 3 sessions.
What you
with a
fucking
marriage
doing? What you
therapist.
fucking doing? Going counselling for? So you're wasting more money now. This needs to be dealt with between you and her. There ain't no counselor to sit there. He's not having a clue about fucking bringing people. Like the counsellor's going to be about, you know, dealing with two people's angers and frustrations and their backgrounds and shit like that and their childhoods and all that bollocks, right? I mean, this is simple. This is taking someone out of another country. You know, the counsellor therapist is going to be sitting there going, I don't have a fucking clue, mate. You brought her from the Philippines. I'd never been to the Philippines. Don't know anything about Filipino culture. I don't know how. You know, I don't know about their general behaviours or whatever. I'm just going to let you talk and crack on and fucking rant. You know what I mean? This fucking 62-year-old. I'm just going to let this cunt rant because like she's going to be sitting there going, what the like fucking what? You know what were you wasting money for? Do you know what I mean? Counselling.
In Minneapolis. $175 per session. The therapist was kind but direct. Said the age gap and cultural differences were creating fundamental.
Well, that's all that therapist can say, isn't it? That's all they can say, like, you know, cultural differences and deep fundamental, you know, differences and this, that and the other. Like, they can't,
Asked what she was doing.
they're only going to be
She said
able to
she
give
was
this
leaving,
generic
that
response,
this
aren't
wasn't
they?
working. My heart dropped. Asked where she was going. She said Marco had a friend with an apartment in St. Paul looking for a roommate. She was going to stay there. I asked about Marco. She said he was helping her move her stuff.
We missed a little
Of
bit
course,
here. Bearing in mind this
$75 per session.
this video is going to cut out at any moment now, but I think we kind of get a gist of this fella and the fact that he was not scammed. He was not scammed.
That would require significant work from both of us. Angelica stopped showing up after the 3rd session.
Give me fucking 170. Hell, give me fucking just $75 or $7, and I could have fucking told you that. Do you know what I mean? You two need a bit of work. You know what I mean? You said that cultural differences needs a bit of work now. You know what I mean? Get it, fucking. Just buy me, fuck it. Just buy me lunch. Just buy me lunch for fucking $3, and fucking I'll tell you that, right?
October 2023, I came home from lunch with one of my buddies to find Angelica packing. Asked what she was doing. She said she was leaving.
I saw my wife packing and I asked what she was doing. I mean, she's actually doing what she's doing in front of you, and you still need to ask, what are you doing? I mean, he's a fuck nut, isn't he? Fuck nut.
That this wasn't working. My heart dropped. Asked where she was going.
Look, his heart drops, his heart fucking gets tight and it drops. I think you need to go and see a doctor, mate. I think you, like, you know what I mean?
Of course he was. I tried to get her to talk about it, to work it out. But she stopped packing and turned to me. Her eyes were red, but there was determination there. She apologized, said I was a good man, been generous and kind. But she couldn't be my wife.
I tell you what, like, this is coming from him. I mean, she sounds like,
she was happy. I asked if it was,
you know, it's understandable that she's 26 and she's never had anything like that before, and like she's giving it a go. Maybe she didn't love him to begin with, but she thought she could give it a go and maybe she could grow to love him. And like, these are all the right elements for someone who's like sincerely like in it to try something different, new, whatever. Like, she didn't go out and plan anything. She's not a scammer. She didn't plan to fuck this bloke over or whatever. She didn't even plan to go to America. Like as if she had some kind of scheme. Like she met Marco in this festival just like by accident. It was just like she went to a festival and happened to meet this bloke. Like, and that was it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, and he was the one who fucking told her to go. He was the one who fucking. It sounds like he was the one who found the place. I mean, it doesn't matter whether he found the place or she found the place. It doesn't fucking matter, right? Found it online together. You know, like it's just like she hasn't done anything wrong here. Actually, she's just a human being, right? Right?
Because of her. Because she's 26 years old and felt like she was living the life of a 60-year-old woman. She wanted to go out on weeknights, wanted to go dancing, wanted to stay up past 9 p.m., wanted to be around people who got her jokes without having to explain them. I said I could change. She said I can't change who I am.
No,
She didn't
it's
want
not as
to.
easy as that. Look, this
But she
this
couldn't
fucking
keep
old
pretending
dude
to be
thinks
someone.
everything is so easy, isn't it? Yeah. No, it's not about you changing, right? Can you learn Tagalog and speak it fluently for her in the next, I don't know, 18 months or 2 years? Can you start getting into the Filipino soap operas and the music and that, and really like just it ain't gonna happen. None of it's gonna happen. You say you can change. It's not as simple as that, and you think everything's simple. Is it a yes or a no? I mean, like fucking, this whole thing is complicated, and she's telling you it's more complicated than yes or no. All right, yeah, I'm not in love with you. I have more feelings for Marco. Yeah, but, and then you have to explain the complication of it all, don't you? Yeah.
When she wasn't either. Marco arrived like 20 minutes later with his pickup truck. He wouldn't look at me, just helped her carry
What you do?
her stuff out.
What do you want him to look at you for? What, like he's come to pick up your wife because she's leaving you for him? Well, why do you want him to look at you for? Like, oh, fucking. Whew.
Go away watching my wife drive away with another man. She filed for divorce 2 weeks later, November 2023. Here's where it gets really expensive.
Are you still troubled by the large and sagging breasts? You must give this one a try. Pull up underwear without a steel ring to make it look...
Because Angelica hadn't been in the US for 2 years yet, I thought maybe the divorce would be straightforward. We'd been married less than 2 years. She hadn't worked. She hadn't contributed financially. Wrong. Very wrong. Minnesota is an equitable distribution state, and that
And so it should be.
6-4
And so it
form
should
I
be.
signed when
Yep.
sponsoring her visa.
Right.
That's a legally binding contract.
Yeah.
Her attorney, and yeah, she somehow got one.
Hold on.
Pretty sure Marco helped with that.
Fucking hell, right. You signed a contract, and only now you're noticing the Minnesota is an equitable, when it comes to distribution of finances and assets and everything like that. No, that's right, yeah. But you see, there was paperwork involved in your marriage here, like, and only now you're saying, I've just discovered all this shit, No, because you went in head first. And you got married to someone without even, this cunt would not be able to, he would not have the thought process to do the most basic fucking things, in the lowest common denominator. I mean, this is a marriage here, and, oh, fucking hell, before this will cut out very soon. We're flashing red now on the battery symbol on the camera.
And life in the Philippines based on my promises. She had no income, limited work experience in the US.
Oh, hold on. So, you expected her to get a job and have skills and all the certificates in place, you swept her off her feet, yeah, and just brought her over to the US after fucking 6 months of knowing each other, right? And what, you're saying all of this shit about her? I mean, oh, fucking hell.
Become self-sufficient. My attorney Patricia laid it out for me straight. That I-864 affidavit, made me financially responsible for Angelica
Yes.
until she becomes a
But
citizen.
what? So what? Hold on a
Full-
minute. You fucking because she's not with you now. Like the responsibility can be. You know, this is why. Look, this is why certain laws actually are there to protect people. All right. What you are you suddenly fucking? Well, she's from the Philippines now. She's got nothing to do with me. She just fucking. Well, why should I have anything to do with her? Fucking having no work and having no food and shelter. Do you know what I mean? She can go fuck herself. Well, again, it's no, dude, no. You are responsible. You are her husband. You get divorced, and it's very normal for a divorce where you know there is an equitable distribution between the two parties. All right.
40 quarters of work, or one of us dies, even after divorce.
Hmm.
Asked how long that could be.
Yeah.
She said potentially years.
Asked how
Angelica
long
gets
that
any
could
government
be.
benefits,
How
food stamps.
how long is a piece of string, dude? How long is a piece of string? How long's a piece of string? Fucking. It's a fuck nut, man. Fuck
Any
nut.
aid, housing assistance. The government can sue me for reimbursement.
And so they should.
My attorney told me I should have consulted an immigration attorney before signing. That most people don't realize what they're agreeing to. The court awarded Angelica temporary spousal maintenance of $1,750 per month for 24 months while
Yep.
she attended CNA training and
I
looked
don't
for
see
work.
any problem with that.
Total, $42,000. Then there was the property settlement. Our house had appreciated about $35,000 during our marriage.
Yep.
Minnesota law said marital assets get divided equitably.
Straight down the middle.
She was
Yeah.
awarded
Fair.
$17,500.
Oh,
as
you
her
you
share.
have a problem with
My
that?
attorney fees came to $12,800. Plus, I had to
So-
pay half of her attorney fees.
Right.
Another $5,400.
Yes, that all sounds
The
all in
divorce
order
was
and all
finalized
correct to me
in
right
March
at this stage.
2024.
Yeah.
Total cost of the divorce alone, $78,700. But that's not the full picture. When I added everything up,
Yeah, this
money
geezer's
sent
good
to
at fucking
Philippines,
looking at full pictures, isn't he?
$56,000. Spousal support, $42,000. Property settlement, $17,500. Legal fees, $19,200. Visa processing, flights, hotels, $21,800 grand total. Approximately $156,600. But wait, there's more. Because I'd taken out a $35,000 home equity loan.
No, that the loan's your problem, right? And so is everything else. Because 156 grand in America, getting divorced, all right, even if you just got married for less than a year or 2 years, all right, you got off fucking lightly, dude. In the state of Minnesota, like, you got off fucking lightly, dude. Lightly. You should have been taken for more, quite frankly. And that's not her taking you for it. Like, she didn't go, like, she didn't have this grand plan to fucking, you know, like, you know, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna deliberately have an affair on him, and then you know, and then I'm gonna fucking take him for everything because I've studied the laws in the US, the divorce laws, and you know the laws in Minnesota, you know, where I understand I will get an equitable you know, share of, you know, the house or the appreciation on the house, not half of the house. He should have been taken for half of his house because he's so fucking dumb. And for that reason alone. No, I mean, like, you know, and he didn't get taken for half of everything because, like, you know, obviously they only had been married for 2 years, right? So it's, that is like 2 years worth of stuff. But I'm telling you now, you know, in America, in the US, right, if you get divorced and you've only been taken for 156 grand, you should be laughing. You should be laughing, dude.
$340 a month for the next 7 years. And that I-864 obligation, still binding. If Angelica applies for any government benefits in the next several years, they can come after me for reimbursement. My 401k, that was $680,000 when I met her, now sits at $547,000.
You have over $500,000
My comfortable
in your
retirement
401k, after getting divorced in Minnesota, you should be fucking grateful. You should be grateful.
Still okay, but tighter. Much tighter.
No, it's only
Found out
tighter
through
because
the
you want
film.
it to be tighter. You're still doing better than fucking. How should I say? If anyone's watching from the US or if anyone's watching it all, this vlog of mine, you know, like, is he or is he not better off than probably like 60% of Americans out there today? Like he's doing well, right? Even after this stupid fucking like rash impulsive decision, you know, due to being fucking horny and like fucking needy and desperate and all the rest of it, right? You know, basing his decisions on his hormones, right? You know, despite that, you know, he's made a very, very life-changing, it's a life-changing decision, and therefore, you know, the complications and the legalities around that clearly reflect that. And you know, so you want to be tight now? That's entirely up to you. But you know, there's people out there who will be fucking very grateful for how much you got in your 401k.
Filipino community Facebook group. Yeah, I still lurk there. Then Angelica
Why?
and Marco started
Why?
officially dating about 3 months
Why?
after our divorce was finalized. They're still together now. I've seen
It's like, you know, what's done is done. Why do you need to fucking lurk, and using your words, right? Look at other people's Facebook and fucking, why do you want to do that to yourself? Why? This man is just so self fucking destructive. I mean, he's fucking toxic, man. Toxic. People like this are so fucking. You need to stay away from people like this. I'm not gonna say whether I think he's Stephen. I see him in the street, and I know all about him, and I know that it's a geezer from this video who wrote into this for this video, and this is his story. I'd fucking cross the other side of the road, mate. I tell you, quicker than you can fucking say, run,
They went to
Forrest,
Boracay
run.
together on some trip back to the Philippines. They look happy. They look natural together. Like they fit. And you know what? I don't really hate her as much as you may be thinking. I probably should, but I
Right.
don't.
He hates her, right? He's saying, I probably don't hate her as much as you think. Like, you know, if you didn't have those feelings, you wouldn't say it like that. You wouldn't say that. You wouldn't say, like, I'd probably, you know, I don't hate her as much as you probably think I do. Well, first of all, you don't think, you don't know what other people are thinking, all right? You don't know what I'm thinking, right? But like, by you saying that, it's just, I know you're a fucking idiot. Do you know what I mean? And you know, you say that I should. I don't. You know, I probably don't hate her as much as you all think. But I probably should. You know. So you do deep down inside. You do fucking hate her. But yet it was you that, like, if you looked at the whole thing objectively, you know that you're the one who's done this to yourself, dude. You're the one who's, you know, and like, even if she did end up going with another man, if you look at those reasons objectively and you look at all the circumstances objectively, it's like, dude, fucking grow the fuck up. Like, shit happens in life. It does. I'm sorry, but it fucking does, right?
I think she did try loving me and saving our marriage, but the age gap, the cultural differences, the different life stages, it was
All the things that you completely fucking ignored when you started video chatting with her and up to the point where you got married with her. Like, these are all the things that actually should be right. Like, not all the fucking lovey-dovey, like, oh, fucking, you know, what, you like Ferris Bueller's Day Off as well? Yeah, I didn't even know you had those movies in the Philippines, like, oh, man. How much longer are we going this?
too much.
I'm glad, I mean,
We
this
wanted
is,
fundamentally
I
different
think
things.
we've done it
She
now,
wanted
and
to
the
experience
battery's
her
still
20s.
going,
I wanted to settle
not going
into my
strong, but it's still
60s.
running.
She wanted spontaneity and adventure.
Mm.
I wanted routine and peace. She wanted someone who understood her cultural references. I wanted someone who didn't make me feel.
Right, so let me wrap this up by summarising This dude's a fucking idiot. I see nothing wrong with what the Filipina did. She followed her heart, or she thought she was following her heart. In no shape or form or at any stage it seems that she was scamming him or leading him on or anything like that. She met someone just like anyone else would meet someone. Like, let's just say two people in the US. Let's just say two people of the same age who are married, husband and wife, and nothing to do with another culture or people from another country. And like, you know, this could happen to anyone. And he's giving a story as if to say, like, oh, you know, watch out for those Filipino women or those Filipino girls. Like, you know, this story in of itself could apply to anyone, everything, anything, and every set of circumstances, every scenario, right? You know, he's a fucking racist, isn't he? He's fucking racist. That's all I can say about it. I mean, he's a fucking idiot. He's 62 years old, 64 when he's giving this story. I mean, like, whew, fuck me. All right, time for another cup of tea. Let's see how this vlog does, and that'll determine whether or not I, you know, fucking do another one, right?